Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Well, when you think too much about a particular thing, you start evaluating or start, realizing the facts and also connecting the dots, which sounds really funny sometimes. But if you really think hard, I just realized. Well, I swear to God, I was thinking something else about to make a video over Z6, and just I was thinking about its features, and suddenly it hit into my mind, and then I start comparing, and it turned out to be so perfect that we already experienced the similarity of the stuff across the digital devices. Now let me explain what I'm trying to say, and I'm pretty much sure in the end of the day you will be agreeing with me on this. Even if you're going to agree with me late, but you will agree with me for sure, just like the exposure triangle thing. Okay, coming back to the topic. Okay, here's the thing. First of all, the topic that after this video about the iPhone of digital cameras, well, that sounds funny, but here is the thing. When the cell phone was invented in the early 90s, and everybody was started having the AMS phone, which is taken over by the GSM phone, which used to have SIMs. Then we had the revolutionary devices of the same phone. Then the most revolutionary device were introduced by Nokia. And then when it comes to Nokia, everybody knows Nokia 3310, right? And N95. These two devices basically, literally, the icon, or literally made the Nokia the best mobile phone before the iPhone. Okay? Then iPhone came, and everything changed. Everything changed. So what exactly iPhone did? If you remember 2006 or I don't know 2007, the keynote speech from Steve Jobs, he said that who needs the button, because buttons cannot be changed, and if you have a big digital screen where you can customize the button using the software, this is the fun part. You can, using the software, using the app, you can have any button anywhere on the screen. So it means that the idea of iPhone was to have a phone which highly customizable using different apps and which can do many things. Now, when I was thinking about that, I was more focusing over the Z6. Since last 3-4 days, I'm heavily going through the menus, going through its customization, and I am literally surprised and the way Z6 was introduced, or that the Z6 is made. And I'm going to be very honest with you that Z6 is a highly customizable machine. You can have different menus as per your clip, because there is a funny thing about the Z6. There are no buttons on Z6, not many. Like white balance button, it's not there. No dedicated button. The RAW and JPEG conversion dedicated button is not there. Same like the dial which you used to get single shot or low burst rate, high burst rate, it's not there. Same like autofocus, continuous focus, manual focus, it's not there. No button is there. So what exactly going on? So how I'm going to do the functionality? Well, in the iPhone you used to have the home button, right? Same, you are going to have I button in Z6. Using the I button, there will be a pop-up menu comes, and it gives you the option of 10 buttons on the screen, which you can customize to anything. On top of that, there are different functionalities which you can configure different buttons on Z6. On top of that, there is and I love that feature. Actually, with the kit lens that I have of Z6, that I can apply that feature on that, but it's going to be more funny, more intuitive and more friendly user based on the new 24 to 72.8 S line. Because what's happening is in Nikon menus and Z6 menus, there's a feature that on the lens, if you change the focus ring or the third dial, which is there on 2470 2.8, you can change the exposure composition, you can change the aperture, you can change the focus. So imagine, and last night I configured it on my Z6, like, although I can change the aperture from the front, change the shutter speed from the back, but if I want to change the exposure compensation on the fly, like quickly, really quickly, what I did, I configured the focus ring of the lens as exposure compensation, and it was a beauty. And it was like, wow. So it means that if I'm getting an exposure on the EVF and I think, okay, I don't like that, instead of exposure composition button on the top, I have to press it, then I have to change from the rear dial. Instead of that, if I have configured the focus ring on the front, because I already locked the focus, I already locked it, so now I just have to change the exposure. So I quickly change the focus. Simple. So that was it. And I was like, man, this is really handy. Now, you may think that I am trying to praise the Nikon. No, that's not the case. Even when you have the EOS R have that slide, but that slider at the back of the camera. Okay, that slider you can customize to anything. So the new technology that you are going to have is highly customizable. But here is the side effect. Now let's come into the side effect. And I'm going back to the same analogy of iPhone versus Nokia 3310. When technology is shrinking and you are going to have more features in a compact form, that leads to the vulnerability or kind of durability of the product. Because when you're going to squeeze in many things in a small package, you're not going to have a tough device at all. Not tough device at all. Nokia 3310 was the toughest mobile, literally, and you saw so many like memes and funny things like and it long-lasting battery, and if you drop the phone on the concrete floor, you will have the hole in the concrete floor. Nothing going to happen with the phone. But if you drop an iPhone on the concrete floor, you know what's gonna happen, right? Same analogy is in applying on digital cameras. You have DSLRs, the toughest DSLR. I had like 3 days ago, I had an accident of my G3S. I dropped it from a moving car at the speed of 80 kilometers per hour. Nothing. Of course, it got bent, it got bruises, but machine was still working, right? Just like Nokia 3310. But if I would have dropped my mirrorless camera, it would torn into pieces, and I won't be able to fix it at all. Just like an iPhone. See? The idea of this machine, like these today mirrorless cameras are very good, no doubt about that. Very functional, very helpful to us in order to get the best image, but they are not durable. Durability is still a question mark for the mirrorless. This is why, regardless it's Canon, regardless it's Nikon, it is still not a professional device. Even though Sony introduces the A7 as a professional device, even they say A9 is a full-fledged professional device. No, it is not. When it comes to durability, when it comes to long-lasting, when it comes to taking the heat, taking the hit on the ground in tough situation, these mirrorless cameras are still not that strong, just like iPhone. So you probably think that I'm trying to ditch the mirrorless because I hate it. No, man. I have medium format mirrorless, I have crop sensor mirrorless, now I have these full frame mirrorless. I have 3 different digital formats all in mirrorless. But I am still pushing, I am still like to go with DSLR because I have crop sensor APS-C that mirror DSLR. I have D3S full frame 12 megapixels. Why? I'm not that. I hate to use this word right now, but I'm not stupid. I'm not a part of the bandwagon because I know that these machines are not last longing. Not at all. Just like iPhone. It looks pretty. You use iPhone or Android S10 or any those devices. It looks very pretty, very full of functionality. You can do whatever you want, but in practical, if you drop it on the ground, you know what will happen. You are putting up in the protective those sleeves which save the devices not to take hit. But eventually, if it's exposed to a life-threatening condition of the device, it will be immune to fail anyways. Simple as that. So, if you are going for a mirrorless, you have to be very careful. Very, very careful. You are getting the features, you are getting the best. But, there's always a but. Either you're going to have the functionality against the durability, or you go with the durability and you have to sacrifice the functionality. It is as simple as that. Simple. Nokia 3310 used to make phones or used to play games. That's Snake One, right? Right. So we are just. And after that, iPhone came and everything changed. But old people still like to go like our parents. They still, some of you, I'm sure you will agree with me on that. Some of our parents still like to go with those phones with buttons. They don't like touch screen. They always say, oh, bring me that Nokia phone with button. I like that. I don't need touch screen. Old people still have that mentality. Just like me, I still like to go with that phone. So anyways, this is the whole idea. Like these mirrorless devices are the iPhone of today's modern photography. And when it comes to iPhone, there are always a catch. Durability, the life cycle of the device against the functionality. It's exactly the same. Regardless if it's just the phone or if it's a digital camera. They are the same. So that's the whole idea, guys. I thought, okay, let me share with you because we all know what you're gonna do. But the people who got more than 2 brain cells, and I know what they're gonna do. Hey, also you know what they're gonna do. The choice is yours. Like always. Have a good day. Bye.